Courtroom may be seated. Thank you. State of Florida may call its next witness.
Today we call Emily Seda.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to enter in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. Good morning. Will you please say your first and last name and spell your last name for the record?
My name is Emily Seda. First name is Emily. Last name is Seda.
How are you employed?
I'm employed by the Osceola County Sheriff's Office.
What do you do for the sheriff's office?
I am the forensic supervisor over our forensic unit.
Back on January 13th of 2020, what was your role at the sheriff's office?
On that date, I was assigned as the primary technician on a homicide investigation.
What is some of the training and education you received to be able to perform duties as a forensic technician for the sheriff's office?
I currently have my Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science with a minor in criminal investigations. I've also completed a 12-week crime scene training program while employed at the sheriff's office that consisted of proper evidence and crime scene documentation, as well as the proper collection, processing, and packaging of physical evidence and how to properly write a crime scene report.
How long have you been a forensic technician?
I've been a forensic technician for 8 years.
When you mentioned that you were assigned as the lead technician with regards to this case, what does that mean?
Being assigned the lead technician means that I have the primary responsibility for documenting and processing evidence at the crime scene, as well as collecting and processing the physical evidence at the crime scene.
Did you respond to 202 Reserve Place in Celebration on January 13th of 2020?
Yes, I did.
You indicated that part of your responsibilities are to document the scene. Do you do that right when you arrive?
I do.
How do you do that?
I do that via photographs.
With regards to this particular case, did you respond to multiple different locations?
I did.
Did you also go to the garage apartment 202B Reserve Place?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you document this the same way using photographs?
Yes, ma'am.
What about 211 Longview Avenue, apartment 9306?
I also documented that using photographs.
May I approach the witness with what's been marked States LL?
Yes.
Can you take a look at States LL for me and we'll get that? Do those photographs fairly and accurately depict 202 Reserve Place when you responded on January 13th of 2020?
Yes, they do.
At this time, the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked state's LL for identification of evidence in state forward.
No objection.
LL will be received as states 4.
Permission to publish states 4.
This is photograph LL3 of stage 4.
What are we looking at in this photograph?
In that photo, that is a view of the front of the residence at 202 Reserve Place.
Does this accurately show how 202 Reserve Place appeared when you arrived on the 13th?
Yes, it does.
All of the blinds and everything were in the same location as when you arrived?
That's correct.
This is LL2. Why did you take a photograph of this street sign?
I photographed the street sign to show the general location of the area, to show the intersecting roadway.
Would this be the closest intersection to 202 Reserve Place?
Yes.
This is photograph LL4 from the same exhibit. What is this photograph looking at?
That image shows the overall of the residence from a little bit further down the road. That would be the left side of the residence if you're looking at it from the front.
That intersection that can be seen at in this photograph, is that the intersection of Reserve Place and Longview Avenue?
Yes, it is.
This is photograph LL6. What is this photograph showing?
That photograph is an overall shot of the front porch and is an overall shot of 2 cell phones that were located on the table there on the porch.
When you walk up the stairs to 202 Reserve Place, is this on the left or the right?
That is on the left side.
This is photograph LL9.
In that photo, you see a close-up view of the two cell phones that were located on the table that was on the porch.
In this photograph, it looks like there are more than two cell phones. What else is shown in this photograph besides the cell phones?
Cases, cell phone cases.
This is photograph LL10. Which door to the residence is this?
That is the front door.
The item that appears to be on the floor mat, was that ultimately collected by you?
No, it was only photographically documented.
It was photographed by you.
That's correct.
This is photograph LL11. Is this the item that was located on the floor mat?
Yes, it is.
And do you recognize what this is?
A business card that was left by a member of the sheriff's office by the name of Barroso.
This is photograph LL14. Where are you standing when you took this photograph?
I'm standing just inside the front entryway, looking back towards the front door.
And is there a room to your right as you're standing taking this photograph?
Yes, there is.
This is photograph LL13. Is this the room to the right?
Yes, it is.
As you move further into the residence, what's the next room that you come to?
On the other side, directly across from that dining area, or from that living room space, is a formal dining room.
This is photograph LL18. A little bit dark, but can you see the entrance to the formal dining room in this photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the area that's going to be on the left-hand side of this photo?
Yes.
This is photograph LL19. Where exactly are you standing in this photograph?
I'm standing just inside the entrance near the dining room area.
And what is the room that you can partly see that's directly across from the dining room?
That was a room that was set up, what appeared to be a playroom with like toys and books.
This is photograph LL20. This is photograph LL24. The key that's pictured in this photograph, did you later determine what that key went to?
Yes.
What did that key go to?
A Honda Odyssey van.
Ultimately, did you process the Honda Odyssey at a later time?
Yes, I did.
This is photograph LL27. What room are we looking at in this photograph?
That room would be what I previously indicated as the playroom.
And is there a couch in this room?
Yes, to the left side of the photo, that's a couch.
Downstairs, did you locate any other room that was set up like this particular room?
No, I did not.
This is LL30. Is this the couch that is located in the room that you were just referring to?
Yes, it is.
This is photograph LL34. Is this that formal dining room that was to the right of the front door?
Yes, it is.
The small opening that's for the door, where does that lead to?
That is a short hallway that leads to the kitchen.
And when you immediately go through that walkway, what is to the left?
There's like a small recessed area in the wall with like a countertop.
This is photograph LL38. Is this the area that you're just speaking of?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is how it appeared when you first arrived?
Yes.
Did you look inside of these packages?
Yes, I did.
Did you photograph the inside of these packages?
Yes, I did.
What did you locate inside these packages?
Mostly children's toys.
Were any of the toys wrapped? Or any of the objects wrapped?
Yes, they were.
What type of wrapping paper?
I believe it was a red wrapping paper, Christmas wrapping paper.
This is LL41. Is this inside one of those boxes?
Yes.
And this is how the contents of the box was wrapped, correct?
That's correct.
This is photograph LL45. Is this inside another one of those boxes?
Yes.
This is LL47. What about this photograph?
That is the contents of another box.
As you progress through the hallway, this hallway, where does it lead to?
To the kitchen.
This is photograph LL42. Is there also a laundry room near this area as well?
Yes.
This is LL49.
Yes, it is.
When you initially arrived, was the power on at this restaurant?
When I initially arrived, I was told that the power was not on.
Did it at some point get turned on either right before you were there or while?
While I was there waiting for the search warrants, it had been turned on.
This is photograph LL76. Where are you at when you take this photograph?
I'm standing in the kitchen.
And this drawer is this a drawer that you had pulled out?
Yes, it is.
And what was inside the drawer?
A trash can.
This is photograph LL77. Is this a view of the same trash can that was in the kitchen?
Yes, it is.
What of note were you marking in the trash can?
At the bottom left of the photo near the marker, you can see a bottle of Benadryl that's upside down.
Do you have the pointer?
Yes,
Can you point to it?
right here.
Was that collected?
Yes, it was.
This is photograph LL78. Is this the same bottle that you removed from the trash can?
Yes, it is.
Can you take a look at stage F? Do you recognize the writing on the outside of this package?
I do.
Is it yours?
Yes, it is.
And each time you collect something for evidence, is it marked with the unique case number that's assigned to the particular case?
Yes, it is.
And does this package appear to be in substantially similar condition as the last time that you saw it on January 13th?
Yes,
Did you ultimately also process this item?
I did.
Your Honor, this time the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked states F for identification into evidence as states number 5.
No objection.
F as in Foxtrot will be received as states 5.
How did you process this item?
I processed the item for fingerprints using a powder and chemical processing technique.
Did you do that at 202 Reserve Place, or did you do that back at the sheriff's office?
I did that back at the sheriff's office in our laboratory.
Can you explain the entire process to the jury that you utilized for this particular item?
Sure, in terms of processing?
Yes.
So there's a three-step process. Initially, the item is placed in what we call our super glue fuming chamber. The purpose of that is to adhere any fingerprints that are present on the item, to essentially affix them to prepare it to be processed further. The next step would be to fingerprint powder the item utilizing black powder and a fingerprint brush. And the last step would be to apply a dye stain, which glows by using a specialized light source in which we can photograph the glowing of any fingerprints.
If there are fingerprints on the object, in this particular case, this bottle, after fingerprints are identified, how do you store them? How do you take them?
So at the powder step, if there's a positive result, we use a clear tape. We apply the clear tape over the fingerprint that has developed, and we lift it and then apply it to what we call a fingerprint lift card. And then that lift card is placed in a manila envelope and then submitted to evidence.
When you removed this bottle from the trash can, did it have any contents inside of it?
No, it did not.
Was it completely empty?
Yes, it was.
Showing you one of the marked states P for identification. Do you also recognize this item?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to ask you to open states P. Did you process more than one item that was collected for fingerprints?
Yes, I did.
Did you utilize the same process that you just went over with the jury?
Yes, I did.
And after you collected all of the fingerprint cards, if you recovered fingerprints, what did you do with them?
When I lifted them, I placed them in the manila envelope and then submitted them to our evidence unit.
Did you place all of the cards in the same envelope?
Yes, I did.
And did you have an opportunity to look inside states P?
Did you want me to look at all the cards?
Can you look at what the items inside states P? If you need,
Yes.
are all of these cards in the same condition as when you placed them in the envelope?
Yes, they are.
And you indicated that you lifted fingerprints from more than one item of evidence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How do you determine which card goes with which piece of evidence?
So on the other side of the card, there's information where you can indicate a description of where the fingerprint was lifted.
With regards to this particular bottle of Benadryl, this would be states 4 in evidence, 5 in evidence, I'm sorry, 5 in evidence. Do you have a card that's in states P that coincides with this particular piece of evidence?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked states P into evidence as states number 6.
No objection, Judge.
States P as in Papa will be received as states number 6.
Are these lift cards given unique numbers to help decipher which card is which? Like within the exhibit?
No, it's just deciphered by the description.
The card that goes with this particular bottle of Benadryl, where did you remove the fingerprints from on the bottle?
It was an area on the bottle. I do not remember the specific location.
Did you notate that anywhere on the fingerprint card?
On the fingerprint card, it just indicates that it came from that item of evidence.
Do you recall which areas of the bottle that you dusted for potential fingerprints?
In terms of dusting, it was the entire bottle on the exterior.
This is photograph LL80 from state 4. Where were you at when you took this photograph?
I was standing between the living room and the kitchen area.
If you're standing at the kitchen sink, can you see the living room?
Yes, you can.
This is photograph LL83 of the same exhibit. Where are you standing when you took this photograph?
In the living room area.
The straight ahead, the little window cutout, there's what appears to be 2 doors. What do those doors go to?
Where?
This is photograph LL85. LL86. Is this on the first floor?
Yes.
LL87 of the exhibit. And this is LL8. Is this trash can in the bathroom we just looked at?
Yes, it is.
And did you have an opportunity to examine the contents of the trash can?
Yes, I did.
What are the packaging, what is the packaging in the trash can for?
Like in-home scent plugins.
That pretty much the entire content of this trash can.
Yes, from what I recall.
This is photograph LL91. Is there only one set of stairs in the home?
Yes.
This is photograph LL92. This is photograph LL93. This photograph LL95. LL96. This photograph LL99. On the banister of the stairs, there is a white bottle. Did you ultimately collect that bottle?
Yes, I did.
What was the labeling on the outside of that bottle?
Benadryl.
There is also a little white cap on the floor. What is that?
The cap to the Benadryl bottle.
The door that you can see in this photograph, where does that door lead?
That is a bedroom.
This is photograph LL100. This is a slightly different angle and you can see another door. Where does that door lead?
That is also a bedroom.
As you're standing here, where is the master bedroom in relation to where you're standing?
It would be right behind me in this photo.
This is photograph LL105. Which bedroom is this? The one furthest on the left, the one in the middle, or the master bedroom?
This would be the middle bedroom.
Did you find any mattresses in this bedroom?
No, I did not.
This is LL106. What type of clothing did you locate in that bedroom that didn't have any mattresses?
It appeared to be boys' clothing.
Adult clothing, child clothing?
It looked like small children's clothing.
This is photograph
That would be the bedroom furthest to the left at the top of the staircase.
Did you find clothing in this bedroom?
Yes, I did.
What type of clothing did you find?
Small female's clothing.
This is photograph LL114. What is of note in this photograph?
On top of this wicker basket is an empty Benadryl box.
This is photograph LL117. Is this the same box?
Yes, it is.
And this is LL118. Is this photograph the same box?
Yes, it is.
Did you also process this box from the Pinnell Phelps?
Yes.
How did you process it?
I processed it in the same manner as previously described with the three-step process.
And did you recover any fingerprints that you would have put on print cards?
Yes, I did.
How many print cards did you have with regards to this specific box?
May I refer back to the print cards?
Yes. And that would be state 6 for the record.
Three fingerprint cards.
Did you indicate where on the box you pulled fingerprints from?
On this card, I indicated that it was from the sides of the box.
For the record, I'm approaching the witness with what's in our state need for identification. Can you take a look at this item? Do you recognize the packaging of that item?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
I recognize it by my handwriting and as being the packaging that contains the empty Benadryl bottle at marker 11.
Can you open that packaging and take a look at the inside? Does that packaging appear to be in the same condition as when you last saw it on January 13th and after your processing?
Yes, it does.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked States G for identification and evidence of States 7.
No objection.
G as in golf will be received as State 7.
This is photograph LL120 of State number 4. What are we looking at in this photograph?
That is a photo of the master bedroom door.
Are you standing near the stairs?
Yes, I am.
This is photograph LL122 of the same exhibit. Where is this dresser located?
It's located just inside the room behind the master bedroom door.
This is photograph LL124. What are we looking at in this photo?
In this photo, this is a black and green knife sheath.
This is photograph LL125. Where is this chair located?
That chair is located, upon entering the room, it would have been to the left back corner of the bedroom. Yes, it is.
This note, was it collected?
Yes, it was.
Did you do anything with it?
I processed it.
This is photograph LL129. Where are you standing?
In that photo, I'm standing near the dresser area, right inside the front door. Or, excuse me, the bedroom door.
Ultimately, are you standing next to any mattresses in this photograph?
Yes, I am.
Where are the mattresses located?
They're located near, in the previous photo where you saw that chair, those mattresses would be directly to the side of that.
And the bed that we are looking at in this photograph, what is located in this particular bed?
An adult female and a small female child.
This is photograph LL132. Which side of the bed, that main bed in the master bedroom, are we looking at in this photograph?
From the previous photo, if you were looking at the bed, that would be the left side of the bed.
And what is located on the windowsill?
On the windowsill, you can see a knife with a black handle.
Was that item collected?
Yes, it was.
Approaching the witness is what's been marked statement J for identification, also shown to defense. Can you take a look at the box itself? Does the box appear to be in the same or substantially similar condition as the last time that you saw it?
Yes, it does.
Can you open stage J for identification? Do the contents of stage J appear to be in the same condition as the last time you saw it or substantially similar?
Yes.
Did you do anything with stage J after it was collected?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I processed it for fingerprints, and there was also suspected blood located on the knife, which I also collected.
How'd you collect suspected blood?
The blood was collected using 2 cotton tip swabs. One was moistened with water and then rubbed over the stain.
Was that swab packaged separately?
Yes, it was.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked stage J for identification and evidence.
No objection.
J as in Juliet will be received as states 8.
This is LL133 of stage 4. Is this that same side of the bed?
Yes, it is.
What is of note in this photograph?
In this photo, you can see an additional black knife sheath.
Did you collect that item?
Yes, I did.
This is LL132. There is an evidence marker on the top evidence marker correlating with?
A white Benadryl bottle.
Did that Benadryl bottle stay on the nightstand prior to your collection of it?
No, it did not.
What happened?
Upon the arrival of the medical examiner and attempting to maneuver the bodies, the bottle was bumped and it fell to the ground under the bed.
So this is photograph LL137. Do you see the bottle in this photograph?
Yes, I do.
Did you collect that bottle?
Yes, I did.
For the record, I'm approaching the witness who is listed marked state and for identification. Can you take a look at this item?
Is the packaging of this item in the same or substantially similar condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes, it is.
Can you open the package and look at the content? Does the content of this package contain the bottle that you collected from this residence?
Yes, it does.
Is it in the same condition as the last you saw it?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked state's N for identification and evidence of state's nine.
No objection.
And it's in November, will be received as States 9.
Did you also process state's nine for fingerprints?
Yes, I did.
Did you utilize the same processing procedure that you previously explained?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to identify any fingerprints on this particular bottle?
May I refer to the print cards?
Sure.
No.
This is photograph LL143 of 4. Where exactly is this in the master bedroom?
That is at the foot of the bed.
And it appears that there are various items located on this ottoman.
That's correct.
Did you examine what these items on this ottoman were?
I do not recall.
This is photograph LL144 of the same exhibit. Which side of the bed is this?
That would be the right side of the bed, opposite of the other side that you have already seen.
There is a blanket under the nightstand. Did you look further into that blanket?
Yes,
What did you locate within that blanket?
a deceased dog. That is the master bathroom.
And the white can that is located on the fourth shelf up, was that ultimately collected at a later date?
Yes.
This is photograph LL161. What is this photograph showing?
As you continue through the master bathroom, the master closet is located, and that's what that is showing.
This is photograph LL158 of the same exhibit. Where is this dresser located?
Inside the master closet, it's directly in front of you as you walk in.
What did you locate on top of this dresser?
A pink Benadryl box.
This is photograph LL159. Are these items that you located?
Yes.
Did you collect the bottle?
Yes, I did.
For the record, I'm showing the witness what's been marked statement K for identification. Can you take a look at that packaging? Do you recognize the packaging?
Yes, I do.
Is that packaging in the same or substantially similar condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes, it is.
Can you open the packaging? And do you recognize the contents of the packaging as well?
Yes, I do.
Does everything appear to be in substantially similar condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this time the state would seek to introduce into evidence what's been marked state's taken for identification and evidence of state's submitted.
Objection.
A as in kilo will be received as states 10.
Did you also prosecute or process states 10 for fingerprints?
Yes, I did.
And did you recover any latent prints from states 10?
Yes, ma'am.
How many latent print cards did you recover?
Two.
And that is also contained within the same package as states 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you also photograph the outside of the record?
Yes, I did.
This is photograph LL162. Where are you standing when you took this photograph?
I am standing towards the back left side of the home.
What is the building that's directly in view of this photograph?
That is a combination of a garage and an additional living space.
Would that be 202B Reserve Place?
That's correct. At that point, I'm in the backyard, and that photo depicts the rear of the residence.
When you say the rear of the residence, is this the main home 202 Reserve Place?
Yes, it is.
And all of the blinds that are in this photograph, are they open or closed?
Closed.
Please. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take our lunch recess at this time. As always, please do not discuss the facts of the case with anyone. If someone tries to come up and talk to you about the case, please let them know that you are a juror on the case and tell them to stop. If they persist, leave them at once. Let one of the court deputies know, and I will handle that situation. If you happen to see any of the participants of this trial outside of this room, they are following the court's instructions not to have a conversation with you, so please don't find them to be rude. Please do not conduct any investigation about this case, and please make every effort to avoid any inadvertent exposure to any media coverage. If you do happen to see something, please discontinue reading it and so indicate. When we return, we are going to return with the presentation of evidence at 1:30. Have a pleasant lunch. We'll see you back at 1:30.
All rise for the jury.
State if you'll collect the evidence and return that to Madam Clerk, or keep it with the other evidence. Ms. Seda, you may step down. Thank you. We're in recess until 1:30.